Hello, welcome back to Subnautica. In the last episode we were exploring the rendezvous point, which is this floating island. One of the things I mentioned was that sometimes the beacons can disappear. Well, I exited the game. You can see there it's gone. I exited the game because I thought that's what had fixed it the last time I ran into this problem. Exited the game, came back in, still not there. And what I've found is if I go into the water, see it's not there. If I'll just move over here a bit. Just move over here. So if I disable that, if I re-enable that, still don't see it. Turn them all off. Nope, still no sign of it. So let's go in the water. Can't see it. Okay, so I'll turn it off here. Turn it back on. And there it is. That's really bizarre. I can't explain it. I mean, I can see it there, but as soon as I exit the water, it disappears. So it is frustrating, because once you find the actual the location where you want to go to, it just doesn't seem. It just seems to disappear, and it doesn't. It's not as if it's being disabled in here, or at least not visibly. It's not like these lifepod ones that were sometimes turning themselves off, and you could fix it by turning it off here and turning it back on again. That seems to be the only way I've found to do it, is to literally go in the water, disable it, re-enable it. From a practical point of view, it doesn't achieve anything, to be honest, so I'm just going to leave my beacon here and I'm going to create a new one. But I really should spell this properly. We'll just deploy that again. Let's see if we can edit the name. Oh, all I wanted to do is edit it. I didn't want to pick it up. Right, so yeah, I have to spell it properly. So anyway, we've been out and about on this island, and we found a lot of new items that we can now craft for building a base. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to the lifepod.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm going to head back to the lifepod. Once I get there, I'll bring you back, because it's a pretty long trek, and there's not really a great deal to be doing once I get there. As I'm travelling along, I'm just going to head straight there. One thing you might have noticed was, again, the lights. I'd exited out of the game, come back in, and the lights were on straight away. We're already down to about 64 in power. So anyway, I'm going to pause the game and I'll bring you back once I get back to the lifepod. Okay, so I've made it back to the lifepod. One thing I've noticed is I've got some rotting fish, which are of no use to anybody. We're down to minus 25 food, minus 25 water. Not really much any point eating them, to be honest, but just out of curiosity, this is what happens if you do. Now they used to actually give you bad health when that happened. Don't do it now, so it's not as bad as it used to be. So with this one, I'm just going to throw it away. I don't think they despawn or anything, but I just want to get rid of that one. Right, it's funny, while I've been playing this game, because I'm recording it, you actually notice things that just seem to slip you by, and that is that I'm going through the game doing certain things, I'm looking for certain things. I clearly seem to be missing things that are right in front of my eyes, really. And that was one of the things I was a bit puzzled over, was the data bank. went to the island, picked up a PDA, but I couldn't find the actual data bank for it. And it was here all along. It was actually when I'd opened, as soon as I'd opened the this tablet here, it was showing it straight to me immediately. But when I came back to look for it, it was gone. And that'll be because I'd already opened it. It took away the little reminder from it. But anyway, I'll play that through now.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class Predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen, out.
So it seems that at least those two managed to make it to the rendezvous point, but then they tried to get to the Aurora. So they seemed to think that there was a transmission was picked up, sent over to the Aurora. So there's something there on the Aurora that we need to go and investigate. Now, I don't have a laser cutter yet, so until I get that, I'm just going to leave the Aurora alone. But what I do want to do is I want to start looking at the Degasi little quests. Now, this is something we've picked up here, which is proposed Degasi habitat. Now that was picked up while we were on the island. While we were there, we picked up several logs. So we've now got 4 from the actual crew of the Degasi here, and individual logs by Bart and Paul. We've played Paul's, but I'm not going to touch Bart's yet because that's his 3rd one. I still want to find parts 1 and 2 first. So I'm going to play these just so we can get a better idea what went on with the Degasi crew.
This island is a godsend. Look out of the window. No predators, fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship. And your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
It's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm saying is ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
And then there's part 2.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
do you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of stormwater? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what it tastes like. Let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bart, Torgo has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
Okay, so it sounds like obviously they got to the island, but they ran into problems. I mean, it is possible for us to build bases in the water or on land. In their case, they tried to build on land, but they ran into problems with storms. So, move on to part 3.
You see, Chief? You brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. We take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal.
So it seems that because of the problems they were running into on the island, they started looking for somewhere else, and they were looking for a place actually in the water. So let's go through part 4.
What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
So that log relates to that purple tablet that we found because it was right next to it. So they found that and are suggesting that there was aliens, or at least it belongs to aliens. Okay, so we've gone through those logs. There are some actual radio messages to go through, so I'll just play through those.
High priority automated message from Aurora lifepod 13 coordinates attached. Lifepod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kassar. I said Kassar. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, so we've learned of another pod then. Let's just have a quick look. So that's actually not too far down, but it's a good distance away. I mean, that is a good distance away, that one. The Degasi habitat's down here. It's actually quite close to our base. It's not too deep. So I think actually, I think I'll go there. I'm just going to get some more fish while I'm here. Do we have enough water? I want to get some more water. Actually, salt and coral will probably be the easier way. If I'm assuming I've got some, that is. Just have a quick look. What we got in storage? Any salt? Oh. Alright, I didn't want to rename that. I wanted to open it. Yep, so I've got some salt. Let's see if we've got any coral. Yep, got some coral. So I'll make some water and I think I'll go and have a look at that Degasi base because I mean, they were only hinting that they were probably going to go to another base, but they have actually done it. We've been given an actual location. Alright, so actually by picking up that ruby we've learned a new blueprint which is for aerogel. And that was, you need to use the gel sacks for it. Anyway, just make some water. I'll cook this fish while I'm here. And then we'll go and have a look at the where the Degasi crew went to. So these are still intact. See if I can store anything. No, can't store anything in there. Probably have to build another locker, it seems. Yeah, they're over here. Don't think I've got that much room left. I mean, I've got some gel sacks here, but I don't want to start using them. I'd rather grow them. Right, I'll just put them in there for now. So, the Degasi base is actually close to where we are already now. If we head over to here, it's actually, the cave entrance is actually a one we've passed before. I said at the time, I mean the computer said that there was a cave entrance, but I didn't want to go in it at the time because it was part of the quest line. And it's here. I think. Yeah, it's down here. So you notice it quite easily because of these glowing plants. And I've got an annoying sand shark here. So we'll head down to here. Now the only thing to bear in mind is we can only get as deep as about 200 meters with this thing. After that we'll have to go using the sea glide.
Warning.
Yep.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
It's really better to have the upgrade module for the Seamoth so you can go deeper, because those big worms, yeah, they can do quite a bit of damage, but there's the actual main base that the Degasi's built. There's another kind of like shelf over there.
The conditions in this cave support a microcosm of unique, possibly predatory life forms. Detecting an artificial structure somewhere in the region.
Yeah, that's what she's referring to there. There's over at the far end there, if you go beyond that shelf, there's another sort of base over there. And one of the good things about this place, as we'll see, as there was, as I mentioned on the logs, is there's some good deposits in here. Now, I'm just going to jump out.
100 meters.
What I'm going to do, because I won't be able to last particularly long.
Meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
So I'm just going to have a quick look around here because there's some things to scan. So you can come here to get moonpool fragments. See, there's something here. Stasis rifle fragment. And you can see our oxygen's going down pretty quick. So we've now got all.
Blueprint acquired.
We've now got all the blueprint, all the fragments to make the stasis rifle. Okay, then we've got a thermal plant fragment we could have found here. Another one, so if you want the stasis rifle you just have to come here. Right, where's the Seamoth? I want to get up there pretty quick.
30 seconds.
So as I say, it's better if you have the upgrade, to be honest. So that you can go down to a lower depth. Yeah, that worm down there, I'm not too keen on that being around here. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to have a look around, because here we've got some shale.
Remember that materials you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
Okay, I'm trying to survive and I'm going to get billed for the process. The reason I did that was there was a piece of shale stone there, and what it contained in this case was a diamond. So as I was hinting before, I knew already that there was going to be diamond to be found in here. There are some really good metals to be found in here, but I won't mention what those are until we come back here. But I want that diamond because I want to be able to build the laser cutter. I've got the fragments for it, and I've got the blueprint for it, but I really wanted the laser cutter. So I've just had a quick look there. It's not going to be practical for me to stay down there too long. I need to be able to take the Seamoth to a lower depth to be able to stay there long enough so I can just jump in and out of the base. Otherwise my oxygen just wouldn't last long. I was going to, you know, come out at the depth at about 200 and come down with the sea glide. Anywho, so in terms of tools, the laser cutter. Ah, we need 2 diamonds. Right, okay. So I've got some. I think I've already got some cave sulfur. Yeah, should I already have some cave sulfur? Yep. Already got some cave sulfur. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a storage locker here because I'm running out of room. So I'll just deploy that out to here. Put some of these away. So there's a battery that we picked up. Put that out. Get rid of these marble melon seeds. So I need another diamond in order to make that laser cutter. So what I'm going to do is it's going to take might take me a while to find another diamond, but I'm going to go back to that Degasi base, take my chances, having a look around. Then once I've got another diamond, I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've managed to find another diamond. But one thing I'm going to point out is that, I mean, this is the cave entrance. There are other entrances into this place, but this is the easiest one I know to find. When my life pod's landed over there, that crash with the vent is just over there, so it's pretty easy for me to find. The beacon here, it actually disappeared once I arrived, so I've had to sort of turn it back on. Yeah, I had to turn it back on and back off again. Yeah, I had to basically turn it back on and back off again, back on to get it to work. So it's one of those that, you know, as soon as you get there, it just seems to stop working properly. So it might be best to take an actual beacon with you, one that you've made, and just ignore this one, because chances are you'll probably want to come back here quite a few times, because I will be coming back here later, because I want to probably investigate that habitat, because there are other like fragments lying around and what have you, and I want to continue on this quest for the Degasi, but the depth's too low for me to be able to stay too close to the Seamoth. But there are other metals, as we were told, in there that we'll want. I won't say what they are, but I'll show you once we go there again. So we should now have enough to make the actual laser cutter. So I'm just going to quickly come over to here. Let's have a look. So I need some cave sulfur. I've got 1 diamond there. Where's the other one gone? Did I put it in this one? Yep, so I've got our 2 diamonds. So just check the blueprint map. Tools. Laser cutter. So I need a battery. And there's a battery that we picked up on the island. So that was handy. So we've got what we need now to make the laser cutter. So I'll make a laser cutter. So the idea is to go back to that Degasi base. I really need to be able to get it. I need to be able to get much lower, to much lower depths than 200 meters. I mean, it's only about 50 meters away, but at that depth, I'm losing oxygen too quickly to be able to go far. And although that base looks quite a short distance, you actually lose your oxygen quite quickly. While I'm here, there's actually I'll just get some water actually. while I'm here, I'll just see what this other radio message is.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers for the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Oh, okay, well, that actually could make life a lot easier than if they're going to just turn up. We've now got a countdown for when they're going to arrive, so... Well, I mean, I'm really curious to find out what happened to the Degasi, but I mean, there's the landing site, and I really have to reach it. I mean, that's at a depth of 175 meters. So, I mean, I was going to build a base, and I was going to go actually over and see the Aurora, but I kind of feel obliged to go over there and fix it. But I mean, I'm looking at that timer there, and I don't think I'll be able to do much in the time. I mean, I don't want to be stuck here forever. So I'll tell you what.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I've got to be selfish. I've got to think of myself here. Oh, there's another radio message. Let's just go and see what that is. May as well.
This is an automated distress signal from lifepod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning, lifepod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Well, actually, that's not too bad. I mean, that's only 250 meters, which we could reasonably get to. But let's head over to this one, see what's there. But I really need to get over there. So I'm going to pause the video while I head up to there. I'm not really going to do much on the way. I just want to go over there, have a quick look, and then I'll, depending on the time, I'll either head to the landing site or I'll go to lifepod 12. I may as well do something in the time that I've got, but that's the priority. I have to get there. I've got to be here. I've got to be there when the Sunbeam arrives. So I'm going to pause the video and then I'll be back once I get to lifepod 13. Okay, so we're coming in to where the lifepod 12 came down. Looks like this is the mushroom zone. Yeah, because these are sort of like big mushrooms that are growing. Ooh.
The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint or terra vehicle signatures,
Which I'm assuming might be the lifepod.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Ah, the modification station. Okay, so we need 3 of them. Let's have a look and see what's going on in here. It's a PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh, interesting. So it sounds like there was an emissary on board the Aurora. 34 minutes, counting. There's usually, as I said, either fragments, sometimes entire wrecks around. So, oh, there's another modification station fragment. I wonder what these are. It doesn't seem hostile, whatever it is. Actually, I better get back to the sea moth or I'll drown. Oh, there's some salt. Kind of feel obliged to pick things up, even though we're going to get off this planet, it seems. Tree mushroom. So if I can find one more fragment, that'll give us a modification station. Kind of feel obliged to sort of like still at least try and look. I mean, I'm assuming we are going to get off this place. What are you, a spadefish? Oh, it keeps running away. So there's a spadefish and a jelly ray. You never know, maybe we might make some money for selling all these scans when we get back home. May as well do it. A spadefish. Right, so there's the sea moth. I think I'll pick one up and see if I can. Can I pick one of these up? Yep, so we've got a spadefish. Let's have a look and just see if we can find another fragment. That's all I need is one more fragment. Oh, it's an egg. It's getting really optimistic there. I mean, you can't. I mean, you need it to build a base. And the thing with the upgrade, the modification station, they're usually upgrades for the upgrades that you build with a vehicle upgrade station. I'm pretty sure that one was the one that builds the ultra glide fins. Oh, was that something? Nope, nothing there. I thought there was something there. Not noticing any wrecks. Or at least not close by anyway. I'm assuming when she was talking about Altera signatures, she was referring to the lifepod over there. The trouble is, I could go through this looking for fragments and I might just, you know, miss them. It's not always easy to spot them. It's better when there's the large crash site and then they're scattered around nearby. Ah, 30 minutes and counting. What are these here? Are you anything to scan? Nope, you're nothing to scan. Not really seeing anything, so let's see, let's go to the beacon manager. So that was lifepod 12, so I'll just set that over to orange, so at least I know I've been here. I mean, it's academic to be honest if we're off this planet in half an hour. Right, so I've pretty much gone around this tree and didn't spot any other fragments. I did at least find two, so I'll just have a quick look over here. Let's have a look. Yeah, don't have any water. Again, rookie mistake. Should have come out with water. Wasn't thinking. Now, it is possible there might be another fragment around here to complete the modification station, but I'm not seeing one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to head over to back to my lifepod, make some water, because I really should do, and then I'm going to head over to the where the Sunbeam's going to land. So yeah, I'm going to pause the video now, and then I'll be back once I'm once I'm back at the landing. Ooh, what was that? I was too distracted by the calming waters to notice this. Yeah, right. Okay. That doesn't look good. Oh dear. Oh, this doesn't seem good.
Survivor, we see you. Man, I don't know how you held out down there. We broke an atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site. Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it?
This isn't looking good.
No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8.
Oh no. This is not going to go good.
It's coming from the building?
Oh!
Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Oh, crap. I think I get what brought down the Degasi and what brought down the Aurora. Oh dear. Kind of feel guilty in a way, because I mean they came over here to pick me up, but they got killed in the process. Oh dear. Right, that's going to be a problem then, because it seems anybody who attempts to, well, anybody who comes close to this planet's going to get shot down by that thing. Well, this is a problem then. Oh well. It looks like we're going to be here for the long term then. We're going to have to find out how to disable that thing. Well, that's all for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like. If you want to see more content for Subnautica, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe as well. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Bye!